Hi, everyone.
Hello, disturbed nerds, and welcome back to another podcast. What are we talking about today, Keely?
We are talking about Umbrella Academy Season 2. And just in case you haven't watched it, as River Song says, spoilers if you have not watched it. Seriously, stop listening
Yeah,
right now.
massive spoilers. Like, we are talking from first episode to last episode and everything in between. Massive spoilers.
We will ruin everything. We will hold nothing back. So stop listening if you haven't watched it, please.
Yeah, and don't blame us if you listen to us. We gave you fair warning.
We did. We said spoilers like 8 times already.
All right, so what did you think, Keely? Initial impression?
Oh, it was so good. I honestly kind of thought it was better than the first season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just kind of seemed a little bit, I think you got to know the characters a bit more in this one. Yes, there was still the whole apocalypse ending thing that they had to solve this season, but the last season, everyone was so angsty and angry and just, okay, they're still angsty and angry, and I still want to
Yeah.
kill quite a few of them, but you just kind of got to know them a little bit more, and it just, I liked it, and I also liked just what time they were in, like the time period they were in.
Yeah, that definitely presented a lot of interesting problems, like especially when you have all these characters and they have the same background, but they each have such diverse personalities. To stick them in the 1960s was really something different, and I kind of liked it. When I first saw the trailers and at the end of season 1, that's not what I thought they were going to do with it. I thought they were going to do like every day is Tuesday kind of thing, or Groundhog Day, where it's like, okay, they're gonna keep replaying the same time over and over until they stop Vanya from blowing up the moon. But I'm happy they went the unexpected way.
I am too. I said, I really liked, because I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, obviously we knew we were getting a second season, but I guess what I kind of expected was maybe they end up, I don't know, a year before the apocalypse happened, or something like that, where they end up back in time, but not like that far back. But they went really
They
really
did.
far back,
And
like
it was
good
like
40
the
years.
worst place for Allison too.
So bad. Like the 60s, when I was talking to Mom, it was like she really could not have been landed in a worse time period than the 60s. Like,
Her and her husband was so cute though. So
they were adorable. I loved them. And he just kind of, one of my favorite parts was like, she's like, okay, I know you're about to have a nervous breakdown. You totally deserve to have a nervous breakdown, but we can't right now, honey. We can't. And we're just like, I love her. And he's like, all right, nervous breakdown, not gonna happen right now because there is a dead white boy on our couch.
mhm. And I love how Klaus comes in. It's just like, again.
Right?
Yeah.
Klaus is just like, well,
Are we
stuff
burning
got
or
wrong.
burying?
Huh?
He just goes, are we burning or burying?
Right? Just not phased whatsoever. I'm like, wow, this is a weird family, but also that's a great brother. Burning or burying. Best brother ever.
Hey, if I learned anything from Supernatural, just put down salt first, honestly.
Right? Um, but no, I really liked it. I liked it a lot. What did you and I actually watched like the first like 2 minutes of it.
Loser! Diego! Skip, you're right. What the hell did we do now?
I know you said you didn't want to watch it because you wanted it to
No.
be a surprise, but I watched it. I was like looking at my phone like this. I was like, I think I stopped breathing for a moment to do that.
Nope. The only thing I watched that they released beforehand was like the recap that Five and everyone did, because I was like, wait, I don't remember anything that happened. So much happened in season 1. Mm-hmm. So you said that you didn't really know what was going to happen in season 2. I knew what I wanted to happen in season 2, but was pleasantly surprised when they went the opposite way. Now, I haven't read the comics. Have you?
No, I have not. I want to now. I've actually
Mm.
okay. I am always on like Screen Rant, and I kind of read a thing that said first season follows comics pretty well. Um, I guess they do a pretty good job of following the comics, but also Gerard Way.
Hmm.
He also is like I think he's one of the executive or the writers or something, producer or something on the show. So like him he's a part of it. And it was
Hmm.
funny because I heard his name or I saw his name on the little thing. I'm like, I know you. Wait a minute. You're
Wait,
from
you didn't know that?
You're My Chemical Romance.
Really?
I was just like,
Ugh.
I know your name. And it's the first season when I saw his name and went, I know your name. And then I like clicked in my head. I was like, wait a minute, the dude from My Chemical Romance wrote this? That's so cool. Okay.
It is cool though. It explains a lot.
It's very interesting and different. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Is the publisher Dark Horse? I don't remember, but it seems like a Dark Horse. It just really seemed like one of their publications.
Yeah, it did. It really did. But Constantine was Dark Horse, I believe.
Okay.
I think. And then DC got Constantine, I think. Isn't Hellboy Dark Horse?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, don't trust me on the Constantine thing. I could be totally wrong.
I
I
think The Boys is also Dark Horse.
think so too.
Yeah.
I like the boys.
Season 2 should be coming up eventually.
I need to rewatch season 1.
Ugh.
Um,
I don't like rewatching whole shows. I'd rather go on YouTube and like watch someone summarize it for me.
I'm okay with
I'm lazy.
rewatching entire shows.
No, it holds nothing for me. It's like, okay, I just need a refresher. I
Oh,
don't
wait,
need to
here's the
rewatch it.
thing. I've only seen I haven't seen the first 3 episodes of The Boys.
But that's the whole foundation, Keely. Come on.
I came in and then Mom like was watching it and I was like, okay, tell me what's happening. And she paused and she told me what happened. It was like, okay, cool, let's continue on. And I continued on. And I never went back to the first episode because I didn't want to. I was like really invested already. I liked it already. It's so bloody. Also,
It is.
Carl Urban.
We've had that conversation before.
We have. Anyways, back on track.
Are we ever on track?
Okay, let's try, okay?
Okay. So, the entire show, you and I would not stop talking about the soundtrack. It was beautiful. Everything from doo-wop to rap to pop to rock. It was just
It was
everything.
amazing. I loved it. One of my favorite scenes is actually when Everybody by Backstreet Boys comes on. I was like, this song with this scene is like the greatest thing on earth.
I liked it when they showed Vanya Ellen Page's character, and then you heard the bad guy cover.
Yes.
And it just worked so well because in that scene, she really is a homewrecker. But it's such a great song. I mean, I wish they had used the original rather than a cover, but
Me
that's
too.
personal preference.
Me too, because I love Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
But what I also, it wasn't just the music, but I also liked was like when, Five's got has a briefcase and it's got a certain amount of time
Mhm.
and he's waiting for all his siblings to get there and all you hear is a ticking. I liked that element of you can hear the ticking as the countdown's going down, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, that was really interesting. I like sound effects like that.
No, I really did like it. It reminded me more of like old Japanese horror where they would set up like these ambient sounds to like get you ready for the jump scare, like you're waiting for something to happen.
See, the reason why some horror movies work and some horror movies don't work, I think, is because of the music. Like Halloween, the original Halloween is amazing, because of the music and everything else. Like the music is amazing, and then the way they shot that, here I'm showing my film thing. The way they shot that is awesome because you never really truly see Michael Myers. Like you kind of see him and then you see shadow, you see his figure, you see like his face through the glass or something like that. But like they do a really good job of just suspense with the music and how it's filmed. But I also really love the way Umbrella Academy is filmed. They do a
So
lot of
beautiful.
following shots, like tracking shots.
Hmm.
And I love tracking shots, especially when they're done well.
They also do a lot of long takes, so
Oh,
you don't
yeah,
feel like the show
huge
goes
long
too
takes.
fast. I mean,
Yeah, they do
obviously the
long
fight
takes.
scenes, you do shorter takes to make it move faster, but the long takes, you really get involved in the scene, especially when all of them are meeting their father in the restaurant. Like you feel the suspense, and because there aren't too many cuts, it doesn't take you out of the moment.
Hmm. Exactly. I love long takes. Long takes are really hard, though, not just for to do like video camera wise, but also for actors because the longer they take, the more they have to like memorize and act.
Mhm.
So, one of my favorite scenes was actually when Diego is fighting one of the little white-haired triplets in the house, and it starts where you're seeing this fight through the windows, and I love windows, okay? Like, when I make movies, I'm probably going to use windows a lot. I love windows. Anything like that. Grates, windows, fences. I love that stuff. So you see him fighting in the windows, and then the camera goes through the window, so you're actually in the building with him as he's fighting.
Yeah, I think it was
I'm
the
like,
Mexican consulate.
yeah. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I need to know how you did that because that was really cool.
And there's a slight transition. Slight. If you look up, this is what I think about when I watch TV. There's a little lens flare in the corner that acts as like the transition to make it more seamless. It's
Hmm.
so unnoticeable, and there's a slight pink tint that like smooths the entire thing together. That just it makes it feel like there really is no wall there, and the cameraman just walked around it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know there is because it's a physical building, not a set. But it was really cool.
Yeah. But no, I love the long takes. The long takes are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Who is your favorite character?
My favorite character is Klaus. He is my baby. I always go for the weird ones. It's just how it
Damn
works.
it, I was gonna say that one. Now I feel like I can't say that one. Rude.
We can like the same character. It's not illegal.
I love Klaus. I love him so much. But you know who I really love? I love Ben. Ben is a ghost.
Oh,
And I love him.
Ben.
Oh,
Oh. In the first
oh,
season, I thought they did him so dirty. I'm like, we hear about this kid, but we don't really get to see him often. I was like, I kind of wish I knew more about him because they just threw him in there.
mm-hmm. You don't really find out how he died in the first season. You just know he
We
did.
still don't fully know, kind of.
No, we don't fully know. And it's just like I love him. When Klaus lets him possess when Klaus lets Ben possess Klaus, that was a
Mhm.
weird sentence. Um, it's so sweet because he's like, I love dirt. I was like, I love you. But Ben is wonderful. And the moment with him and Vanya is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I cried and Mom cried and we both were just like,
Oh,
no, Ben. I was texting you during that and I was just like,
yeah. I'm
no,
like, we just got to know you.
I
There's still so
know.
much of you. Okay, speaking of Ben, how did he age? Because obviously he's so much younger in like the flashbacks when he first appears to Klaus, but he's older, so he aged as a ghost. That's kind of weird.
I don't really know because I noticed that too and I was like, interesting. I'm confused, but I'm all right with this. Um, but I just it was so great. And I like that he what he said to Klaus was you didn't keep me here. I was afraid to go. Now, whether or not that's true, because I feel like Ben said that to make Klaus feel better, because that's Ben. Ben's always been trying to look out for Klaus, always. And I loved that because Klaus, our beautiful, wonderful baby, is a moron. He gets into so much trouble. He gets into so much trouble.
He built a cult.
I know, right? I don't like that no one was like surprised about that. Like they tell him that they're like, yeah, Klaus has a cult, and they're like, yeah, sounds about right. Sounds like Klaus. No one's surprised. None of them. But neither Five, Vanya, Diego, Luther, Allison, none of them were surprised that Klaus has a cult.
No, not at all. All right. So, who was your least favorite?
You already know. My least
I
favorite
know.
is Luther. Like, I thought maybe I would like him this season. I don't. I don't like him. I still don't like him. I want to punch him in the face. But also, him and Diego are almost kind of even this season because Diego was driving me insane with his own insanity.
Mm-hmm.
I needed someone to like smack him because he was just, I don't know what his problem was, but he needed a good swift kick
Yes.
because he was, I could not stand him. He got a little better and I was like, okay. And then like when he was talking to Lila and said, we can be your family, I was like, hey, Diego, aw, there you are. Where have you been?
Yeah. Like,
That broke my heart. Like, he's like, we can be your family. And I like that his siblings were all, they were watching him and they agreed, but they were still kind of leery, but they knew Diego needed to do this. And I felt, I want you to know, I loved Lila. I still kind of like her, but I'm still really iffy on her
I
because,
don't know. I loved her the entire show. I was like, oh yeah, we got it crazy. My favorite. And then, like, she turned out to have this super complex backstory. About halfway through, my mind went, what year was she born in? Like, I don't know why, but just two and two clicked. I think it was when they showed the handler picking her up. I'm like, why would the handler give two shits about this little girl?
yeah,
It seems
and
very
see,
random.
and it was like, I was like, I love her. And then I was like all gung ho about her. And then we find out who she is. And her mom is the handler. And I hate the handler.
Mm-hmm.
Fiery passion. And I was like, of course the chick I like turns out to be some two-faced traitorous bitch. Story of my life. But I also liked her again. And she was a very interesting character. And when we figured out, because I was confused about the handler taking in this girl too, because the handler doesn't do anything unless it benefits her, right? So when we find out at the last episode that she has powers, we're like, okay, I get you now. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Also explains why the handler had a fondness for Five.
See, when I first watched the show at the first season, it really bothered me because they make it very clear there are 43 kids born on October 1st, 1989. But we only know about 7 of them. So the whole first season, I'm sitting there going, where the hell are these other 35 kids? Like, did someone go around killing them? Did the commission hire them? It was actually bothering me the first season. But by the time the second season came out, I kind of forgot that bothered me. And then, so when I see the handler pick up Lila, 4-year-old, I'm like, no, is she one of the other ones? And then they revealed that she's basically Rogue from X-Men, but without all the complications.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I like it.
I like it too. I think she's a little overpowered though.
Well, Rogue is too.
Yeah.
Because at first she could only handle one power at a time, and then she grows to where she could morph them together and use different ones.
Yeah. But I also was, wondering where the other children were because he only got 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he try to get the others? Did someone else get the others? what. So I hope maybe we will get to see more of the other children. Like, we've got Lila now, and who knows where she went. She took that briefcase after the handler, her mama died and everything, and was gone. I'm like, oh, where did she go?
Hmm.
So who knows what she's gonna get up to.
I don't know.
And Diego, I think Diego's gonna want to try to find her.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
he
100%.
he cares about her. And I think I think all of them kind of feel a certain connection to her. Okay, yeah, she tried to kill him, but also she's manipulated much like they were.
Hmm.
So, well, yes, they're probably going to be definitely leery. They might maybe give her a chance.
Yeah.
But you know what I also loved? That Vanya was finally a part of the family.
Yeah, poor baby. Like, oh. I felt so bad. First of all, I love Ellen Page as an actress. She's just adorable. So when I see like everyone hurting her and then she falls in love with a serial killer and then Luther traps her in the cage, I'm just my heart broke.
You know whose fault the apocalypse is? Luther's.
Yes.
It is his fault.
I hate him. He is my least favorite character. I like
I
Carl, the husband, more than I like Luther at this point.
Yeah. Luther just makes me angry. Like, if they hadn't locked her up, if they would have just talked to her, just tried to actually be, I don't know, siblings to her, then it wouldn't have happened. And that's why I really liked Allison towards the end of season 1, was because she was trying so hard to save Vanya. Like, she had a gun. She could have killed Vanya, and she's like, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Shot her and shot past her instead and broke, like, she didn't want to kill her sister because she realized she was a shitty sister her entire life. And but it was really cute Vanya not having her memories though, because she's like, I have a sister? And Allison's like, Vanya.